Welcome to Fusion Teams. Today we're going to take a look at Fusion Teams Hub that's available on the web. In a nutshell, the idea of Fusion Teams is to connect designers, engineers, managers, and suppliers all together within a single team, enabling real-time communication, which centralizes all the activities of the project, making it easy to provide feedback, review the history, and also track the project. Now, let's hop onto Fusion and take a look at this assembly that we have open. From your data tab on the left hand side, if you were to click on the view details option from on the web, what Fusion would do is it would take you into your Fusion account online into your browser, and you would be able to look at this individual part or this individual assembly, uh, similarly as you would inside the Fusion application. What you have available here is a couple of tools that you can make use of. It takes you into the overview initially, where you can actually see what design references have been made here, where the part has been used, or if any drawings have been made that are associated with it. You also got the option to look at the components that are involved in the assembly. You have their properties available as well. So you can go around selecting individual components and view their own properties as well. You've got the view tab, which is one of the most important tools here. It essentially enables you to view this model in real time inside your browser window. So you don't have to just individually stick to a PC or a laptop. You can have your Fusion Teams open on your mobile phone as well, which makes life a lot easier when trying to collaborate on a project. We've also got a few of the other options here, such as comments. So if somebody on the team wanted to make a comment related to a certain specific area of the model or of the assembly, they can actually tag somebody in here as well as adding in the comment. This comment would then be visible to every member of the team who has access to this file, and they would be able to respond if necessary. You also have the option to share, which brings up this little window, such as your Google Drive or your Microsoft OneDrive options. You can essentially share this link with anyone, and you can also set up permissions if it requires a password or if they're allowed to download the files as well. You then have the option to export this out as well, so you get a whole range of options in which format you'd like to export these files out. Then comes in the last kind of options. You've got the copy, move, delete, and create milestone options. You can also select from the drop down multiple versions of the same file, which can actually be revised through its design history, enabling easier tracking of any changes that have been made throughout the project. You then have a couple of other tools here, such as the pan tool, which enables you to move the assembly around in the browser itself. You've got the zoom tool, and you also have the first person view available, which enables you to walk around the model if you have to. You've then got different camera interactions, such as fit to view or focal length. You can also roll if you had to, roll the camera around if need be. Also, just to let you know, your settings that work inside Fusion 360, such as scrolling to go in and out or zoom in and out of the model, also hitting the shift key along with the middle mouse button will enable you to rotate the model as you see fit. We've also then got our markup options, where essentially we can add in a bit of text. We can select areas, add in callouts. If we Adding in the comments here enables you to add in comments on certain specific points, where you can add in a bit of text, say change required, and I can post this, and it can become one of the changes that all of the designers would see. So you can add multiple comments throughout the model, and each individual comment then gets automatically numbered. If you have a litany of comments in here, automatically if you reply and you say that has been resolved, the end user would get a response saying that the issue has been resolved. So this comes in handy when you're trying to collaborate with vendors and also multiple team members at the same time. You have the option to hide a certain component as well. If you wanted to, you've got the measuring tool available, which enables you to measure between a couple of edges and also measure angles between two separate points if you had to. It also gives you the X, Y, and Z measurement values, so you know exactly where you are in the model workspace. And then what we also have is the section analysis option. Using the section analysis option, I can actually choose what sort of plane I want to drag through my model to be able to create section views out of this, enabling me to look at this a lot more better and at a deeper level. Again, if you're happy enough with looking at the section, you can always go ahead and add in a specific direction of plane if you wanted to. You can also look at the document browser, which enables all the listing of what the design tree looks like and what are the components that are actually involved in making this model as well. So you've got an entire list of parts available under the assembly heading from your model browser. So if you wanted to hide specific parts, or if you just wanted to look at specific parts, you can isolate them in the browser itself and have a look if needs be. The most impressive feature, I think, in Fusion Teams is the explode model option. It enables you to be able to explode the assembly to any level you see fit. Essentially, it lets you look at how the assembly was actually brought together. So you can look at the different components that are part of the assembly, and you can go about identifying specific regions of the model a lot easier. We've then got our model browser, as we saw. You've then got your properties available as well. So if you select individual parts, you can see the name of the body, the appearance being applied to it, and what material and area it covers. You've then got the settings tab available. This again is to adjust the way that your Fusion Teams window actually appears. You've also got the option print. So if you wanted to print out images of this, you can actually do that as well. Now, just coming back to the overview level, where I've got this list of parts available for me, you can see it's a mix of assemblies and parts in this list. Essentially, what I can do here is I can maintain control over who are the project members involved in here. I can invite a few of the users if I wanted to. I can decide what role I want to assign them, such as the editor or the viewer options, where they can either make edits or they can only view files. We've also then got the option to add in new folders, look at all of these components in a thumbnail sort of view, making it a lot easier to be able to work with it. That is essentially Fusion Teams in a nutshell. Again, it's a handy tool to use for collaboration. Thank you for joining me.